So I've got my face on, I've got my brows on, and the last thing to do is do my eyeballs. So the first thing that I'm going to do, the look that I'm going to create is this beautiful pinky, reddy sort of, just my favourite eyeshadow that I do at the minute. So to start with, I've got Urban Decay. This is just the Primer Potion Original. I am running out a little bit, but all you need is a little bit. I just put a splodge in the middle, and I take it up a little bit, and then just go in with my finger and sort of dot that about. You don't need a lot on. This is just literally to prime your eyes ready for the eyeshadow to go on, and I think it just helps stick and create an even better bit of pigment on there. So my favouriteest eyeshadow palette is the Tartiest Pro palette, and the colours that you get, it's really dirty, sorry, but you get some beautiful colours in here, and the first colour that I'm going to be using is No Filter, which is this sort of purpley pinky colour. With this palette you do also get an eyeshadow brush, and I've had fluffy brushes before, but for some reason this one is just absolutely amazeballs, and I really love it. And like I say, that comes with this eyeshadow palette. I think you'd probably be able to buy it separately if you wanted to, but I do really love it. Other fluffy brushes will probably work just as good, but for some reason I just bought this one. So to start with then, no, I don't want to start with that. Mine. I'm not starting with that one. I'm actually going to start with this sort of bone colour, which is called Vintage, just to push a sort of line under my brows so that it's easier to blend the colour when you take it up later on. So just pop this all the way across the line here. Just want to try and be close up as well. There. Now I'm going under the No Filter colour. So just above your crease of your eye, take this there. Nothing needs to be perfect. It doesn't need to go on like what it's going to look like with the finished look straight away, because you'll do a lot of blending throughout. So really don't worry if you think, this does not look right, because it will come together, I promise. When you're doing this, I don't take it down so low here. It just sort of stops probably about here. Doesn't matter if you take it down too far, because you can go back and highlight and stuff, so don't worry about that. Just to warm up that colour a little bit, because that's sort of what you want. It's not too powerful or pigmented a colour to sort of lead up into your brows, but I really want to get some more warmth to it. So I'm going to now go in with the colour Mod, which is this lovely cranberry colour, all about the cranberries. And I'm just taking this, so this one I'm concentrating more in the crease of the eye, but it will still go up a little bit higher. So there we go. The next thing that I want to do is to take a darker colour sort of in this area. So I'm just going to use this brush, which is it's a very stiff brush. And I'm going to take the colour Drama, because it's darker than the rest of them, and that's what I want. I want a darker edge in here, so get some of this. Can you see it? And just sort of pack this in here. So you're going about halfway into your eye, and then taking that more, like, because this is a narrower brush as well, you sort of focus that in your crease. And like, it doesn't look great or anything right now, but like I said, it'll come together. So once you've done that, it does look a bit of a hot mess right now. See, I told you go through stages where it doesn't look right. I'm going to go back to the fluffy brush and just literally start wiggling it about my eye. It's like some circular motions, some just draggy motions, just really spreading myself about. Doesn't sound good, does it? But it just does blend it in. This area here, don't worry about, because you are going to add your pop of colour, and you'll cover over anything that's sort of dropped into that area, so don't worry about that. If you feel like you've started to lose a little bit of the colour, just using your fluffy brush, go back in with the Drama, the dark colour, and just sort of blot it in. Because you've already got your base there with the brush that you've sort of patted it in with, I think that it's fine to go back in with the fluffy brush just to give it a bit of extra read all about it. So there you go. Because I'll be using liquid eyeliner in black across the top here, I like to go for black just to underline my lower lash, which is what I do now, or do the sparkly bit. The sparkly bit will come next. It's so pretty. So in the Tarte palette, there's the colour Punk, which is just a jet black basically. I've just got a really quite thin brush. Just get some of the black on here, and I'm just going to take this and I'm just following your lower lash line really. It doesn't matter if you make a mess of this either, because you are also going to add another little bit of colour to sort of blend everything around. So it doesn't matter if this is quite messy, because you're going to sort of blend that as well. That's why I say to people, don't be scared about trying these things with eye makeup, because even if you do make mistakes in different places, they can so easily be corrected just with a bit of blending half the time. It's all about just trying things and then discovering that you love them. And at the end of the day, if you do a bad job of it, try something else, or just try again. Like, you maybe it's not going to get it the first time. I didn't do eye makeup like this the first time. It took a couple of attempts, watching a few videos, watching the same video a couple of times, having the video on while I was doing it myself, like pausing and trying to, but it'll come. So just to tie everything in here, I'm going back to the strong brush. And because I love the warmth of the sort of cranberry colour more, I'm going back in with the Mod, and I'm just going to pack this underneath. So just directly underneath where I've put the black, and sort of also on top of the black as well. Just pop some on. Love these colours. And then just so it doesn't look so severe, and just to blend, taking the fluffy brush and just literally blending those together, and even just sort of blend up to this area as well. Now I'm just going to take a black, this is an Estee Lauder pencil. It's just plain black, I think that's called Black and Black. It's the blackest of all the blacks. And I'm just going to do my waterline, because I quite like, I think it makes your eyes look a little bit more, I don't know, like I prefer black eyeliner on my waterline as opposed to white eyeliner. I like it. And then I also just take it at the top waterline, which is, it's easy for me because I've done it for so long, but I can appreciate it's not exactly very straightforward to do. So you don't need to sort of do that if you don't want to. Right, now the exciting bit. So, this MAC Prep and Prime has changed my life when it comes to eyeshadows, because it just makes eyeshadows so pigmented when they're sparkly especially. So I'm going to be using, this is Revolution, which is a brand that Superdrug sell. It's something that I got ages ago. It was like £10. I think they've still got them on sale. And they're always, I think they're supposed to be 20, but they were half price, and I think they're always half price. But yeah, this, and the colour that I'm going to be using, which is so unbelievable, is a combination of these two. But to really make these colours pop though, you need your Prep and Prime. Like, need it. It's one of the best things I've ever bought. So I'm just going in with this brush that I've dedicated to be my Prep and Prime eyeshadow brush usery thing. And you just take a bit, can you see this? Spray that on, and I just like to give it a little dab to make sure it's all over the brush. And then take your chosen eyeshadow. So this is just going to go in this area here. Look at it! And I'm just concentrating on this space here. Don't worry, because what we're going to do, we're going to blend. So that is unreal. Obviously it looks a bit messy up the top here, so go back in with the lovely fluffy brush, which will dull a little bit of your sparkle, but once you've blended it the first time, then it's fine, because you can sort of top up your sparkle. But just give that a little rub around where you've just applied it, just so it looks more seamless. And then I do just go back in and top it back up. Beautiful. It's the most beautiful colour. And then just to tie that together as well, just get a little bit more on the brush and take that down just into the corners and just across a little bit. I think it just really, like, I just love having that, because it's such a beautiful colour. I just love it being on the bottom as well. I just think that ties everything together. And again, just to make that more natural, back in with your fluffy brush. And do a bit of blending. If you lose a bit of your eyeliner, you can just go like I just did there. You can just go back in and draw that back on. And then sort of the same as before, once you've blended it out, you can build it back up again. It's just made the sort of the matchy bit. It's just sort of tied it in a bit more. But yeah, if you're unsure of anything, just go back. If you want to top up any colour, you can sort of add to it. But I'm done with the sparkles now. I'm all quite blended there. And then I think I just want to add a little touch more of the cranberry colour just at the top. Just a little bit. And mainly just in this area here, just because you've got such a pink here. I want the pink to sort of go that way. So just that little bit. And then the final thing that I'm going to do is use this NARS Albatross highlighter, which looks white, but it goes on more of a gold. It's what I've got on my cheeks. Just take a bit of this and just go above there, just to get more of a warmer sort of colour and highlight. And then also take a bit of it just in here, and I think that gives such a lovely gold tint when it hits the sparkles. And just while I'm on at this stage, I also put a bit here. Next thing, just what on a little bit of lip gloss. I'm just going to use this sleek shabby chic matte me, and there we go. Good to go. Got nowhere to go, like, but I hope that you found this useful. If you've got any questions, please just ask us. Thanks very much. Bye. And do you like it? Oh, I'll do the modelly thing. What a transformation.